Welcome to our channel, where we bring you dramatic, fascinating and surprising stories, where every moment can completely change a person's fate. If you want to experience psychological tragedy, betrayal and life and death decisions, follow and subscribe to the channel now. The party took place in a lavish and splendid atmosphere, the light shining through the crystal glasses, reflecting on each expensive outfit. Kat stood in the middle of the banquet room, feeling a strange tension creeping into her chest, as if the space was both expanding and tightening at the same time. Everything was so perfect that it was cold, but in just a moment, a slight stumble caused the wine glass in her hand to fall, shattering on the floor, sticking to the important person the party was held to honor. A moment of silence passed, everyone's eyes turned to Kat like invisible spears, emphasizing guilt and danger. Tomas watched the whole thing unfold, his heart swirling with terror, fear, and a heavy sense of responsibility. He knew that if he revealed the truth, Kat would be convicted, and he would be implicated, too, because of the victim's power and influence. All thoughts collided, creating an internal storm that could not be quelled. The choice became extreme: protect Kat or protect himself. Kat felt the pressure of an invisible hand squeezing her chest. She realized she was completely helpless before the unpredictable consequences. The anger in her was not only for herself, but also for Tomas, for the world, for all those who were waiting to enjoy her tragedy. Her pleading eyes, fear and anger combined, forming a fierce stream of energy. Tomas moved with each step, dragging along the torment in his soul. He had to cover every trace, ensure Kat wasn't caught up in the ruthless whirlwind of power around her. But the harder he tried, the more he sensed the chaos. Every action had consequences, perhaps too great to bear. Every heartbeat was a choice of life or death. Darkness fell, and the light reflected off the broken crystal shards created strange patterns on the floor, as if foreshadowing the tragedy that was to come. Tomas realized that the party wasn't just a display of extravagance, but also a playground of power, where every glance, every gesture could be a hidden knife. Kat stood there, feeling cornered, where she had to face herself. Anger, despair, and regret surged, forming a fierce internal wave. She told herself that without Tomas, she would have no way out. But even with Tomas, there was no guarantee that he would choose to protect her. Tomas's next steps were filled with tension. He had to calculate every detail, from how to clean up the broken crystal, control the guests' eyes, to hide the signs of wine spilled on the floor. Every action was a risky consideration, where a mistake could lead to unimaginable tragedy. Kat followed closely, feeling like she was walking on a tightrope. Every step was extremely tense. Her anger did not decrease, but on the contrary, Tomas's every action made her more tense. Her inner conflict exploded. She realized that there was no guarantee of safety, no one was truly on her side, and every decision was a matter of life or death. Suddenly, a guest saw the suspicious situation. His probing eyes seemed to signal that Kat's secret was in danger of being exposed. Tomas felt cold sweat running down his back, his heart beating faster than ever. He had to act now, calculating and considering each step to protect Kat without revealing the truth. The pressure increased as the melodious music outside became deafening, reminding him that time was passing. Tomas could clearly feel the anger in Kat, a powerful but potentially explosive energy. He knew that if he did not control the situation, that anger would flare up, and tragedy would be inevitable. Kat felt her heart being squeezed, every breath was pain. All her thoughts revolved around two choices: survival or taking responsibility for her actions. She realized that survival depended not only on herself, but also on Tomas, who was standing on the thin line between power, responsibility, and betrayal. Tomas decided to move skillfully, cleaning up the traces, controlling the eyes of the guests, and gradually leading Kat away from the suspicious gaze. But deep down, he felt the chaos growing. Every move could be exposed, every step dangerous. His heart was torn between the responsibility to protect Kat and the instinct to save himself. Kat's anger and despair reached a boiling point. She felt helpless, but at the same time, anger became the driving force, pushing her to continue following Tomas. Every step was tense, every movement a challenge, and every thought revolved around one question: could they escape this tragedy? A sudden sound rang out, another glass shattering, like a grim warning. Tomas and Kat realized that the tragedy was not over. Pressure, anger, fear, all combined, pushing them into a situation with no way out. Every decision, every step could lead to unpredictable consequences. In the final moment, Tomas and Kat faced themselves: anger, betrayal, life and death choices. One mistake, one betrayal, and everything would collapse. Every step, every action was a risk, every decision had a life or death value. The party ended, the lights faded, darkness enveloped the room, but the tragedy still smoldered in Kat and Tomas' hearts. Each person carried pain, choices, and irreversible consequences. Kat and Tomas experience a moment of tragedy where betrayal, anger and inner conflict merge, leaving a lasting mark. Subscribe to our channel so you don't miss out on stories filled with drama, psychological tragedy and ultimate betrayal. Subscribe now to join us, where every moment can change fate and no one can predict the ending.